What kind of a guitar owner are you? Thought this is a good topic for discussion today. And I've categorized what I think are the primary guitar owners. And we'll go through it. And then at the end, you guys can share your thoughts. I think it's a great topic for conversation. Share your thoughts below in the comments as to where you think you fit and if I've missed anything in terms of the profiles. But I'm basically thinking that the more common categories that we all fit into are as follows. Now, first, there's the hoarder. And that's the guy that's got a bunch of different guitars in his home, right? Some could be sitting on a bench that are waiting to have some mods done to them, unfinished projects. And typically these guys have a lot of inexpensive gear, but never get rid of it. And it piles up and piles up and piles up. So they could have, 50, 60, 70 guitars or parts of guitars just lying around. And that I'm calling the hoarder category, right? Then you have your proper collector. And that's the complete opposite of the hoarder in terms of the value of the gear that he has. He typically has expensive vintage gear, right? Old Gibsons, maybe some, 59 Les Pauls or 59, 60 Stratocasters, whatever you want to call it, right? But gear that has high value and that that are either rare or in demand. And it's almost a business at this point for these folks, right? They buy and sell vintage gear. Very rarely play the stuff because playing it will damage the condition of the gear and it'll no longer have the value that they want to get out of it, right? But again, a lot of these folks aren't even musicians. They just almost run the guitar business, run the guitar buying, selling process as a business. Collectors. Then we've got the hobbyist, where I think, I consider myself falling under. And that's somebody that plays the guitar, is probably self-taught, might have taken a couple of lessons, but plays for their own enjoyment. Does not play out, plays in the comfort of their own home, and typically have a few guitars on hand. Could range anywhere from maybe one acoustic and one electric to several acoustics and several electric guitars. And that's the hobbyist. Then there is the pro, or the musician/pro. And those are the folks that kind of use the guitar as a tool for their own business and for, their own income, making money. And that's professional musicians and to some extent folks that play out for a living, that maybe play bars, play weddings, whatever the case might be. Small venues. And they typically are guys that have been playing for a while, highly skilled, and have a few guitars, right? But they're usually similar guitars that they've grown accustomed to or favor over the years. Whether it be certain guitarists only play Les Pauls. Like, for example, Eric Clapton is noted for playing the Stratocaster. When you see him playing out, 99% of the time, if not more, he is playing a Stratocaster, right? Then you have guys like Jimmy Page and Gary Moore that were always noted for playing a Les Paul or a Les Paul type of guitar. And you've got the folks similar to Jeff Beck in his early career, right? Ronnie Wood play Telecasters, and that's what they're known for. So these musicians typically migrate to a certain style of guitar, whether it's a Fender or a Gibson or a PRS or whatever. They have a few guitars, but they have their go-to guitars that they play because it's part of their business and what they're comfortable playing. That's the pro or the musician or the touring category. And then I said I kind of am a hobbyist, but I have my own category, right? Which I'm calling my me category. And it's a psycho category of a blend of being OCD on a budget with a bunch of other things. So where I fit is I consider myself more excited from the hunt of a guitar than the kill. So I'm more excited from the hunt than the kill. What that means is I get more pleasure and excitement waiting for new gear to come in and just anticipating what it's going to be like, especially with this inexpensive gear that I buy, right? The Latitudes, the Bad Cats, the Groats, the Earts, the Mono Prices, whatever the case might be. These aren't really, really high-ticket items. They do have value and they do cost money. And I'm not independently wealthy, so it is an expense for me to go out and buy these things. But I'm more excited awaiting what these things are going to be like and the experience of playing them than I necessarily am after I have the instrument for a while. Because ultimately, and that's why I have this channel and so many guitars that I review over the years, is I get them and I unload them. I either sell them or trade them, whatever the case might be. But in order to enjoy so many guitars, I don't have the room to store them. They're in and out. And again, I get more excited by the actual hunt, awaiting the new product coming in, than the kill, what I call the kill, or having the item on hand, which is insane, right? But that's kind of my world. So I just thought it would be interesting just to have this little short discussion of where various people fit as guitar owners. Are you a hoarder? Right? Hopefully not. Are you a collector? God bless you if you are, if you have the wherewithal to be one. Are you a hobbyist? Pure enjoyment, which we all should be to some extent. Are you a pro, or a traveling or a touring musician, or somebody that plays out regularly for an income? It's nice to be able to do that, to hone your skill and actually translate that into dollars. Or are you like me, which is a lunatic? Somebody that just constantly is on the hunt for new items and gets more excited by it, as I said, awaiting the receipt of something than actually having it and owning it, playing it. I probably spend, and you can tell by the skills, right, that I exhibit when I play, spend more time doing these transactions than I do actually playing the items, which is probably a real stupid and idiotic thing of me. If I reversed that and started playing these instruments instead of trying to buy and sell them, I wouldn't have as much fun on this channel, but I'd be a hell of a lot better guitar player. So I'm going to end it at that. But in any event, guys, I hope you find these videos helpful, useful, entertaining, whatever you want to call it. And if you do, please subscribe. And any questions, any comments, and let me know your feedback on where you fit into these categories and if I've missed something. Put them below in the comments. And as always, guys, until the next time, be well and stay safe. Take care.